like no sound.
We finally got it. No one did a thing. She wants.
Breathe. Nobody farts.
She wants to learn. Well, that's good. Amadeus. Let's see. Taylor comes along with Cog and Agony, who normally train with Delthan. Given what just happened in the Sylvan Acres, do you guys go to train with him? Like, do you guys wander into the Sylvan Acres to go train with him, or are you avoiding the Sylvan Acres, given that the Briars basically tortured and punished Duggan?
Oh. We might have to find new trainers.
Why?
Because of what they did to Duggan.
Delthan tortured Duggan? Or is it these Briars that did?
No, it was these red hats.
Well, if we run into them, we'll share words. I brought my bow for that very reason, says Taylor.
Apparently, according to Duggan's words, we're not supposed to engage them. Everything has a time and place.
Fine. We're not there to see these two redcaps. There are, hundreds of Fae that live in the neighborhood. We're not allowed to go there because we don't like to.
All right. All right. Keep your wits about you.
Taylor gives you a nod, and she walks with her bow in hand instead of slung.
He's got a potion in his hand. He's going to mutagen in his hand.
Your arms do not get tired, so yes, the boopers can.
Gee, fucking
ready to action. They can walk with ready to action.
All right. Well, or just have things in their hands.
Yep.
Agony and Cog get lost in talking about different tactics that they're going to use against Delthan, because so far when you guys have sparred him, he's taken both of you on at the same time, and the two of you are getting to the point where you're getting kind of tired of getting your asses beat. Yep. And you're talking about like how to flank him and using some of the skills and fighting techniques you guys have learned. Delthan is there. You do notice that the Sylvan Acres seems to be quite quiet. There are still people going to and fro, but a bit of the merriment has been drained from the place. Like there's a noticeable like cloud that is hanging above the Sylvan Acres.
Master Silver.
You see Doaki first as you're approaching the castle on the hill at the center of the Sylvan Acres, and you can see Doaki just must be chasing little animals or things, because he's kind of tumbling around in like a field full of dandelions. Pops his head up and starts looking around.
Cog! Agony!
He puts his arm up.
Yeah, he's big. He launches off to the side of you, and you can hear the scratch of nails against metal. He's like the size of a small. He's the size of a dog. He's small.
All right,
he's heavy. Dragons are dense, so you're like he almost knocks you over and has to readjust onto your shoulder, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to be slow with him on my body.
Hi, yes.
It's good to see you.
You've come back for more again.
I think we're getting better.
We'll see.
Yes, indeed.
He seems happy, his little tail wagging like a dog.
So what's been new with you in this place?
New?
Yeah, what's changed since we've been here?
I can't say. Not allowed.
No, why not? I thought we were friends.
Yes, but
Save your life.
a dragon's duty comes first.
Of course. duty to friends.
Okay, I can tell you.
Get the secret for 5 seconds.
Shh, I won't tell anyone.
I was given something to guard.
Oh,
Yes, because I am the Grand Familiar of the Master. The Grandmaster,
Alright.
that is. And the Grandmaster, he has some treasure, and it is finally time for me to guard some of the treasure. So I get to guard it now. But I'm not going to tell you where it is, and I'm not going to tell you how I guard it.
Cog,
And I'm not going to tell you what the treasure is.
Fucking agony.
Yeah.
He growls at Agony, and Agony's looking at him.
Well, you wouldn't do
Shakes his
that.
head, just keeps on walking.
That'd be risky, wouldn't it?
Who's this lady?
Oh, this is Tella. Tella? And this is Doki.
You did not mention you were friends with Dragon, she says.
Ah, yes, I am Dawaki.
Well,
Taylor, she nods slowly.
we rescued him from a couple of evil creatures.
Yep, Dawaki, defender of the sky.
I see, she says.
Familiar of Delthan Silverclaw, Grand Familiar of Sejong Irontongue.
She pauses for a moment. There's kind of like a click of her eyelids as she blinks a single time, and
Boopers.
she lands on Taylor. Taylor's much stronger than you. She's like, please try not to scratch too much.
And there's something inside you.
Yes, she says, and she turns around and kind of picks him up and puts him on the ground.
There's something inside them both.
Indeed, says Agony, who doesn't have as much patience for the little pipsqueak dragon.
Little cute pants. I look at you.
Yeah, look at Where's Delthan?
He's up there.
Good. Eventually, you do see Delthan. Delthan was, having some tea. Dawaki comes scrambling behind him and is hopping around and kind of drinks tea out of a little cup that Delthan put off to the side. He sort of blows bubbles in it first and then slurps it down. Oh, my.
Delthan.
He rises up.
Um,
He nods to both of you and approaches.
yep, do a bow.
We have a third disciple.
Tella's watching. She'll probably learn. But she's been also rescued, and I've given her a form so that she can move around and communicate.
I much prefer archery over hand-to-hand combat. Interesting. Well, there are at least 100 Fae who use bows in this community. Perhaps I could find one to give you a tip or two. There's an archery range just down there. Where? You will take Fae eyes to see, but they have set up a number of targets along a forested path. Dawaki can show you. Dawaki, why don't you go and see if some of the pixies, or maybe the atomies, are available.
Okay. Come on, Taylor. I will go show you archery range and then go find some fairies to make you a better archer.
Taylor looks at Cog. She nods. Goes
Fuck,
off.
I don't know. Mark 4.
You're the commander. I'm the fucking medic. What do you expect me to know?
Yep. Delthan packs up the kind of the tea that he was having. He then bows to you like your training has begun, and like 5 minutes 5 minutes later, you guys are all trying to beat the crap out of each other with different maneuvers, and the fighting continues. We'll say that by the end of the training, Delthan actually, you forced Delthan to raise his hand, like as in to stop fighting. The two of you, Agony and you are just like, Agony's got a good sweat going on. Cog, you've got a couple of good dents, but they were worth it for getting in there. You notice that Delthan, he's favoring his side a little bit, where you managed to punch him a bunch of times while Agony was tangling him up. Finally, 2 against 1, and you succeed. There's still a thing or two I can teach you, but you're getting close.
Right. Cog bows.
Yep. Agony bows, although it does look like Agony wanted to continue the assault. Close to what? Says Agony. The next step. Soon I will introduce you to my master, Sejong Irontongue. Agony looks at Cog like he doesn't know what to make of that, whether that's an honor or a good thing, a bad thing. Agony actually looks worried.
Your master would be able to extend our training?
He has taught me everything that I know. I have the honor of guarding his home.
Then it would be our deepest honor.
Where is he? Is he home now? The master comes and goes with the wind. I do not ask, and he does not tell.
All right. It would be our pleasure then. As soon as we're ready.
We shall see the next time you come for more training. Make sure that you extend your fist outwards and straight. And Agony, do not overextend your reach. You are too eager. Agony's nostrils flare in slight annoyance, but he does not disagree.
It's a fire in your face.
Has this guy noticed Agony's change in...
Oh, yeah, he's... in fact, he was a bit more aggressive with Agony than even before, but Agony's changes have also kind of tipped the scales a little bit in Agony's favor.
Wow, yeah. We should have physical enhancement bonuses versus 1 level of monk.
Yep.
Yeah, or physical bonuses, yeah.
Delthan does combine monk with casting, so he has been able to... if he goes defensive, gets up his spells, and enters Crane style, he's pretty much, you can't touch him, but the thing is, he doesn't do much to you afterwards. He's got a few breaths. Agony and him did get to one point where they exchanged cold and fire breaths. Kind of in this massive... At the same time where they just basically fired them at each other, and there was this big conflagration. Yes.
Cog like...
I don't want to be in there.
Like, Cogs is just evading everything.
Yep. You can sense, Cog, if you weren't there to kind of balance this, that Delthan and Agony could easily be on the opposite side of a battlefield.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, just birds and biplanes.
Oh, better. This guy is in your door.
Yeah. The sounds are much better at this apartment. It's much quieter.
I can't take him. Going back downtown.
Not something we're going to get into.
Nope. No, I would have gone nuts. All right. Yeah, that completes Delthan's training.
Nice.
Agony has a bunch of questions for Cog. Do you know this Sejong Irontongue?
Absolutely not. The master of our teacher would, as I said, would extend our knowledge. What Delthan was basically saying is he can't teach us anymore.
A few tricks he has.
Yes.
He's too defensive.
Once we learn them.
And his breath, while it is cold, it is not going to stop me, especially when my blood is up. It really comes down to who can put up their defenses first. Yes.
True.
I could take him.
Does Agony have room in his build for like Blood Rager or Barbarian?
He'd have to
Yes.
he'd have to sacrifice some of his levels of mages to do that. I'll take a look.
Because I think that a +4 bonus to your con might be fun with your breath weapon.
Oh, that is
because the AC gets really good, then some damage and some some ass kicking.
Barbarian.
I forget now why I decided to stop at Y60. Well, actually, I don't forget. Half Dragon 2, Monk Scaled Fist 2, so I could get evasion, and then it was all just going to get jammed into mages.
Right.
Sacrificing mages. I'll have to look at what 16th level mages versus, say, a 14th level mages would be. Because you'd probably want 2 levels of Barbarian.
I think 2 levels of Barbarian is the optimal amount of Barbarian. Yes.
For Uncanny Dodge, and then interesting. I'm gonna make a note here. That like versus Barbarian 2 or Blood Rager 2. The Eldritch Scion Magus effectively gives him draconic blood rage powers when he enters a mystical stance. It's a swift action, only lasts 6 rounds, and the powers he gets right now aren't that great, but you might see him entering that mystical focus more often. Those are the same as the Blood Rager powers that he would get, so I may not go that route. I'd probably just go straight Barbarian.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is, and then, like, 1 rage power. There are fun rage powers.
Yeah. Speaking of rage powers, I apparently fell asleep when I was leveling Slake a long time ago when he got Barbarian 2 and forgot to pick his rage power. I also forgot he had Uncanny Dodge. He now has the rage power where if he succeeds at an overrun while raging, he adds his strength modifier to damage to the person who just got overrun. So when he bumps into people, he's doing 12 damage.
Boom.
Boom!
Great sword. Boom.
Also forgot he's got greater overrun and creatures that fall down provoke. So yeah, I did his full 20 level build, like just feats and which levels he's going up in, and I was trying to figure out why overrun felt wimpy, and it's because I was forgetting 2 powers.
You forgot to do it.
I forgot to do the thing. Play your character. All right. Do the thing.
It happens.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely happens. It's like, I remember.
Sunny ran 2 levels without a feat.
It was one of those games where we're trying to hurry up a level. I had 3 characters level up, and I'm like, oh, I'll do the Barbarian power later. And later was many levels, 4 levels later.
4 levels later is still later.
Yeah, it is still later. I did it. Okay, I think training is done. Next, Slake spends a couple of weeks crafting his own upgrades. He effectively makes a pair of gauntlets and a pair of boots that allow him to treat his slams as masterwork.
Cool.
And then his boots allow him to slam with his feet, even if his hands are occupied.
Marty.
Yes.
I don't know if we talked about this with the stream, but you know how you put a bunch of poison on your sheet?
Yeah.
You have 4 poison slots.
That's awesome. The last thing that this allows it to do is increase his slam attacks from D4 to D6. I thought that was appropriate because I spent $5,000 plus masterwork on those 2 items.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Plus, he already has unarmed strike as a mutagenic mauler for a D6, so that just makes his slams the same as his unarmed attack. So Slake spends a lot of time bending metal. I think he also made some mithril arrowheads or some arrows for Capra. And he had, it's really expensive, but he did take some of the adamantine that you guys got and forged a single adamantine masterwork javelin. So he's got the hole puncher, the wall puncher, or whatever it's going to be called. He also made some mithril javelins with some of the mithril scrap that was lying around. He's got 4 of those because he now knows that, vampires are a thing. Cool. So yeah, he spends 2 blocks crafting. Agony spends 2 blocks doing face punch training to max out his hit points. So he's
Cool.
Nice.
Between the face punch training he did last downtime and the ones this time, he is good. Dee Dee kind of tries to suck up to Duggan a little bit and finally sits down, or not finally, but sits down for 2 weeks, or actually 1 week, and she takes the uncut gemstones and cuts them into beautiful stones that can be sold. Basically, she turned a few thousand gold pieces of uncut gemstones into 24,000 gold pieces of cut gemstones. These are already part of the divvying. She also does some rune trading. She puts her armor. Let's see. She's got the shadow rune on her armor. So her armor is now +1 fire resistance 5 shadow deathless ceremonial silken armor. And then she also put the deflection buckler on deflection and a +2 on her buckler. I think I might be mixing some of it up from what she did last time, but she spent a bunch of money on runes. And then she starts a whole whack of crafting. We'll get to that in a minute. Capra. So you did hear news that Nighthorn, and this was after your visit where Duggan was punished, and between that and the 10 days of training, sometime during then, you overheard that Nighthorn has retired from... Nighthorn has been retired. There's a new leader, and it's spoken in hushed terms that Mr. Jitters is in charge, is the real guy in charge of the Sylvan Acres.
Okay. I would like to find my uncle and see that he's okay.
Okay. Give me a gather info.
Okay. Have you seen this? Have you seen this fawn?
Have you seen this one? Oh, he's a satyr, but yeah.
Yeah, I think in my heart he's a fawn. 1 second. 31.
You find out the information from the Sylvan Acres itself by talking to some of the Fae that live there that you know. Mm-hmm. They say, yeah, these boogeymen showed up. They're from the Briars. They had a meeting with Nighthorn, as he does. Mm-hmm. But then Nighthorn was spotted carrying a bunch of stuff hurriedly up the hill towards the castle. And they think the master of the castle has given sanctuary to Nighthorn. They say that the boogeymen don't go up there. And Nighthorn has not seen, has been up in the castle for the last 10 days. He hasn't come out.
Can I go to the castle?
Yeah, you've been there before.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you have knowledge local?
Dee Dee, where do I find a fucking castle again?
Okay.
No.
Give me an in check +4 because this is your home, basically.
Okay. I got smarter this level.
Cool.
Because odd ability scores make me crazy. 11.
You know that the Dragonborn and a little baby dragon live in the castle, and then there's some really old guy that comes there like once a year, is what you say, and there are all sorts of rumors that there's some fabulous treasure that's up there that they guard. But it's a castle. There's probably some, room where the Fae do business with the castle. It's kind of like there was some old arrangement between the Fae and the people who made the castle that may have been grandfathered into the current living arrangement. You're not sure exactly. But when you approach the castle,
Hi! What are you doing here, Capra?
You see Dewaki. He's like sitting like kind of like napping in one of the crenellations, and he popped his head up when he heard your hooves coming across the cobbles.
I'm looking for Nighthorn. Have you seen him?
I'm a guard!
Oh, that. You're very guardy.
Yeah.
He shakes away his nap. He goes
So,
flying down to meet you and just sort of sits beside you, looks up at the castle.
Yeah, it needs a moat.
yeah, moats are good. Although you have to watch out so they don't get leeches. Or you
Yeah.
can just leave the leeches in there.
Yeah, and the flying things, they can get in, but I'm wary for them. I'll learn how to see the invisible things someday. They kind of make me tingle right now, but yeah.
Yeah.
What you here for?
I need to talk with my uncle.
Who's your uncle? Is this a game?
Nighthorn.
Oh. Yeah, he came running up here. He woke everyone up. He was banging on the door.
Yeah, I want to see if he's alright.
Yeah, he's inside. He looks scared, though. Something scared him.
Do you want to know a secret?
Yeah?
Capra looks to the side. He looks to the side. He stretches and grows two big bug fly wings. And then flies into the castle.
What the? How do you have wings?
I took him off a bug.
He is part of his mutagenic the warrior. He got a thing that adds like an alchemist power, and he took the wings one, so he gets wings.
Oh, that is fucking awesome. Make sure you figure out your fly.
My fly is +17.
Okay. Yeah, you can almost hover without making a roll. Dewaki laughs.
You're like the biggest fairy ever! I mean, like fairy.
Who's the pixie now?
Not you, but that's impressive.
He goes flying around you. Dragon's insane flight. He does a couple loops around you.
Shit.
You end up in the courtyard. You notice Delthan comes to it like he was writing something, and he just kind of comes wandering out. His pen. He looks at you for a moment, the ink just dripping from his quill pen.
Hi.
He goes walking back in. Eventually comes down to greet you. There's not many people here aside from Dewaki and Delthan. There might not be a lot of servants, and if there are, they probably live in the village and spend time in the castle. Delthan comes down to meet you directly. You do notice that he's got a bandage around his side.
Ooh.
Nothing to worry about. I was training with Agony and Cog. Cog got me in the rib. I figured I would heal the old way to remind me.
You gotta watch out for Cog. He's a sneaky one. He'll He'll get you.
He is. Your Agony, however, has grown a bit more reckless since the last time I've seen him. It's as if the draconic nature in him is taking over.
Thought that was the point.
Perhaps.
I mean, wait a sec.
He is no longer interested in training as a monk. He has abandoned all of that. He is simply a warrior who is trying to win.
He's trying to become one with his family bloodline.
Concerning.
And, well,
this is interesting. He kind of goes and lifts up a wing. I didn't know that fawns could fly like this.
Well, if you ingest enough chemicals, anything is possible.
Ah. What
yeah,
can I do?
Red Bull gives you wings.
What can I do? Red Bull gives you wings. What can I do you for, Capra?
I need to talk to my uncle. Nighthorn?
He is here.
Yeah, I need to see if he's okay.
Yeah, he's just in there.
I will see if he's ready for visitors. Duaki, why don't you go help Capra get a cup of juice or tea, or well water if he wants.
Okay, this way.
Why don't we mix all three together and make swamp water?
Yeah.
All right, see, you mix tea and water and fruit juice.
Juice.
Oh, that actually sounds all right.
That sounds tasty to me. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Like for tea.
Yeah, you're like.
That's pretty good.
Delthan, you can hear he kind of clears his throat slightly as he's lingering in the shadows as he moved in. You don't know how Delthan moves quietly with hooves, but he does. He's a sneaky bastard. I think I have not Delthan. Sorry, Nighthorn.
Nighthorn.
Yeah.
I put those felt on the bottom of my hooves to help my sneaky.
Capra got much stealthier this level.
Okay.
It's 21.
Delthan kind of arrives after Nighthorn and Duaki, you're making a mess.
It's swamp water.
It's really good. You should try some.
He closes the door after the wormling silver dragon follows him and leaves the two of you alone. How nice for you to stop by.
Yeah. How you doing?
Capra's he's counting fingers and hooves and looking for horn legs.
No, he looks like he's all there, but your uncle looks really frightened. He sighs and looks you up and down. I'm not sure what exactly has happened. Perhaps you could fill me in on a few details, Capra.
Yeah.
We're gonna detect magic on him. See if he's got anything. Just see if there's an enchantment or anything like that. Kind of.
Sure.
Just checking. Can never be too careful.
Does he have any enchantments or anything that detect magic would?
He has gear. Doesn't look like anything was stripped from him. He's got a magic vest, and there are some pipes at his side that are magical, and some of his rings are magical, and
There's nothing on him
If it is, it's faint, and it would be buried under the multiple auras. You'd need to get him to strip off all of his gear in order to really make a proper assessment, but there's nothing moderate or overwhelming that's suspicious.
Are your pixies around?
No.
All right.
Not at the moment, anyways.
Well, that we're going to cast see invisibility anyway and just take a peek.
Okay, yeah, you look around, and the two of you are alone in this little kitchen area.
All right. So
He does walk over. He does allow himself to make noise as he walks over, and he sniffs at the swamp water that you guys created and ends up pouring himself some tea.
oh, it's really good.
He looks like he wants to ask something, but he might be afraid to ask it, or he might be frustrated.
So, what happened?
I could ask you the same.
We went down a hole and were attacked by vampires, and we killed vampires until there weren't any more vampires. Because vampires are a problem. They're not allowed.
Did you also kill the merchants?
Well, I didn't kill any merchants, but some merchants might have died.
And the people who were visiting?
The ones who were trying to buy slaves to eat and that sort of thing.
Okay.
I didn't kill any of them, but they might not have had a good time.
This was not our affair.
So what's a jitters?
So the entire night market. And then you robbed it.
That's where you get into they call that the semantics. But when...
And the Imperials that are now crawling over the area.
Oh, we called them.
Ah, of course you did.
Mm-hmm. Well, because if you don't call them, then it's not legitimate, right?
Okay. It wasn't a Fey concern. There were no Fey being sold there.
I wasn't there for the counting of the...
No, it was all people.
But the decree of the last Fey Lord was to protect the order of the Imperium and to help out men. And vampires aren't men. And vampires aren't Imperium.
Vampires are the Imperial problem. They were selling people back to people. In a way, they weren't eating them or turning them into vampires.
They said they were eating them.
So you killed everyone.
Well, do you see if you just kill the ones that say they're eating them and then the other ones started fighting you, they all kind of,
I only have to agree with you on one thing. The vampires, under the best conditions, would be hunted by the Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Foundry. Foundry let the Undertown market exist.
Well, so...
Tell me, Capra, maybe I can use some analogies that you would understand.
Okay.
If you were hunting rats,
Mm-hmm.
but you knew you couldn't get rid of all of them, it was merely
Mm-hmm.
impossible.
Yes.
Would you rather have the rats all in one place or spread everywhere?
But when you bait the trap to lure them to the place, you're supposed to shut it.
There are those in the Imperium, including those in charge, that let that market be. It was a healthy outlet for certain types of goods. It was controlled, localized, manageable.
It was lawful evil.
It was a small garden of chaos and an otherwise dreary and oppressive place. Yes, there were vampires. So what?
Vampires aren't allowed.
Oh,
Vampires make more vampires.
they make vampires out of humans. Who cares? Humans have...
The last Fey Lord said you had to do the things for help the humans.
Yes, but on the scope, Capra, on the scope of an empire, a few vampires in a tiny city...
Vampires are worse than rats. Because rats, you have one rat, and you don't get no more rats because you only got one rat. You need two rats. You get two rats, you get lots of rats. With vampires, you need one vampire. For one vampire, you get lots of vampires.
All right, well, the rat gods are angry with us now, and we are rats to them. And it doesn't matter. I tried to protect you. I gave you a reasonable deal. And basically, you ruined me.
Well, how do we unruin you?
I can't. My reputation has been ruined. We all probably have now bounties on us. Because we're rats. And this is a little cage and a little maze, and we're supposed to run around. And you grabbed too much cheese. And killed a few of the barnyard cats that keep us in line.
Yeah. Well,
you could have asked me. Capra, I would have stopped you, and you would just come to me and said, hey, can we attack the Undertown market? And I would have said, no,
we
please
weren't
don't.
planning to attack the Undertown market. We were just trying to find a way to get to the Undertown market so we could find this Angelo guy.
I swear.
And Belichek was being a dick.
Should have listened to the advice I was given, that you were all unhinged. That war construct that you're with, the both of them. I saw the way it trained with Delthan. Your Cog, he's called? Your elf?
Yeah.
Trapped in a booper form?
Yeah.
That man is an assassin. Elf, thing, whatever it is.
Yep.
That wound that Delthan got, that was because... he's got a trick or two up his sleeve. Battlefield surgeon my ass.
Well,
at least he knows where all the soft bits are.
Rat catcher.
Then you've got some man you've got a dragonborn that is slowly turning into a dragon. Don't think I did not notice.
Yay,
Slake.
Fun.
Slake is a murderous beast that needs to be put down, Capra. I could only imagine what happened down there. He seems to want to punch his way through every problem.
I bet you could mute right now.
I'm sorry.
Cool. Fondling a loaf of bread.
Duggan. I had hoped he was fit for leadership, but Atomies. Atomies always have little big man problems.
Yeah.
Just like his father. Reckless, greedy, and ultimately stupid.
Those red caps, they broke the rules.
No, you broke the rules, Capra. You broke the rules, and then... Oh, I wouldn't even have... You slapped around the enforcers, fine. You got punished. His wounds will heal. You kicked over the Undertown. That's after. And I know you had something to do with Davos.
Capra fails his bluff check. He starts laughing a little bit.
That
was gold.
So when you were punishing Duggan, we thought that's what it was about. That was what Duggan wanted to do.
You should stay away from jitters. The Briars are bigger than just Southwall District. They are bigger than just Foundry. They go back to the age of when there were more than one Fey Lord. They've got bigger monsters than Mr. Jitters, although Mr. Jitters is, well, a monster.
So how long can you keep Sanctuary here?
Due to my position, my former position, I have took several contingencies and learned a bit about this castle and its inhabitants. They made a pact a long time ago. I just happen to know what to say to invoke such a pact. They agreed, at least temporarily, until Sejong Iron Tongue flies back here. On the wind, or whatever that means.
Yeah. Do you know how to do ascending?
Give me the right scroll or the right item, I can do it. I can figure it out.
Can this sanctuary be extended to any others that might need it?
Yes, but why would I want you psychos here in this castle with me? You'd probably ruin the sanctuary as well.
No. Any extended family.
After all this, you're coming here to ask me a favor, Capra. I've got no power left, or very little.
No, I'm checking to see if you're all right. I'm not asking anything from you. I've come to give something.
You are your mother's boy.
If I gotta make myself a cloak of their heads, then I make a cloak of their heads. This isn't how things go.
For now it is. You should probably keep your distance from the Briars and hope that this all blows over. I would be on the defensive, Capra. I would batten down the hatches or secure doors or whatever. Your band of murderous thugs are probably your best chance at getting out of this, unless you want to join me in exile here. The two of us can enjoy each other's company.
You always cheat at checkers.
Checkers? We're not playing checkers. We're playing 3 simultaneous games of chess.
Yeah. Well, I only see the one board that's in front of me. And the other boards I hear about once in a while. But if I can't see them, then I can't know if I'm moving right. So I've got the board in front of me, and the board in front of me says, vampires ain't on the party list. It's pretty straightforward.
I can't help you from in here, Capra. I wish I could, but I can't.
What did we do with Belichek? Did we kill him?
Yeah, his mushy remains are in a bag that's being dragged around.
Hold on. Slake asked him a question. He thought, uh-oh, and his head exploded.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We didn't kill him.
We asked, who's your master?
Technically.
And in his head, he said, uh-oh, and some spell made his head explode. So we technically didn't kill Belichek. We killed him by asking him under duress. And
No, that's good, because Capra will say we didn't kill Belichek.
Yeah.
No, what, like, because
Belichek
missing hasn't shown up.
He was turned into a pile of flesh and put into a bag.
Right.
We don't know how that happened.
Like Fargo kind of turned into a pile of flesh, or
Slake turned into a kind of
okay. All right, got it.
Yeah. So
you have no friends, Capra, and I'm not talking about the idiots that you have bunked up with.
if you have any friends that they're going to want to hurt, then you're going to want to get them to be far away, because if they're going to try to hurt me, because this is going to fester at best. Best case scenario, it festers.
I might be able to exert some influence from here. My pixies have decided that they're going to stay away for a while. I don't blame them, but it also makes passing messages a bit harder. If things get too rough out there for you, Capra, come here. I might be able to extend sanctuary to a handful of Fae at best. It will not apply to the rest of those people you hang out with. As for the bogeymen, leave them alone. Hopefully they will do the same. They know, after what they found out has happened in the Undertown, I can't believe the numbers.
I only kill vampires. And their spawn.
You surprise me. I wish we just could have coordinated our efforts better. I didn't expect so much violence in such a short period of time.
Well, I understand that you already punished Duggan, but communicating with you is his job. He told me to do it. What am I supposed to do? The leader said, go kill this guy, you gotta kill this guy.
Had I known what you did at that time, had they known what you did, you would not have had Duggan. You have no friends, Capra. There is not a single gang or single power in Southwall District or beyond that's going to help you now. It might happen tomorrow, it might happen a month from now, the dead of winter, or the next storm. They're coming for you. It is the only answer that is left. They're coming.
Then what if we win? If they want to paint targets on their chests and come after us, then they could have the whole reason we came to the Briars in the first fucking place was because Belichek was a problem. And now Belichek jumps out of the fucking corner going, bleh, and he's not a problem anymore. So, if that was the thing that became...
Wait, which Belichek?
Nothing. No Belichek.
Zagan?
Well, we didn't kill
Sorry.
him. Well, he's not a problem anymore.
Zagan Belichek is dead.
He's not a problem anymore. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, that for sure.
His job was to run Undertown.
Well, you think he would have showed up before everyone died?
Between Davhorns and Undertown, there are no markets left.
There's a few.
A few. I know you favor that curse slinging Spriggan.
So here's the thing. I know it says it's not cursed, but that sign is false advertising.
Oh, Capra. There is so much pain headed your way.
There's a chance.
I highly suggest that you, Duggan, Dee Dee, come here and perhaps we can talk to Zagan together to get you sanctuary here till we figure things out. Leave your companions to their fate.
I gotta take care of some things first, but yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, you too. I'll get you that scroll too. I have to find one first.
What scroll?
Sending. Or whatever.
Ah,
In case St. John comes back and is like, get the fuck out of my house. What's wrong with you?
okay. In a very rare sort of circumstance, Mulberry takes a step forward and like puts his hands out for a hug.
All right, we'll just be all.
Goodbye, Capra.
Don't worry, I can fix it.
Like you fixed Undertown.
Exactly like I fixed Undertown.
You are on the path of blood now, and who knows when that monster will be slaked.
When there's no more evil left.
Your mother at least had the sense to carve out a small bit of the world for herself. Enough to raise you. Okay, he kind of turns away like he doesn't want to look at you anymore.
Capra's going to sniffle and sort of meander for a little bit awkwardly, and then, and then he's going to leave.
Okay.
All right.
Did you have a good talk?
It looks like Capra wishes to be alone right now, says Delthan to Duggan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Capra. We're gonna leave a business card.
one of your rat skin business cards.
Yeah, you're gonna leave that at Mulberry's door.
Okay.
Uh,
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Capra returns, I'm guessing?
Yep, the Capra returns.
All right.
So we have to kill the Briars until there is peace.
It's not just the Briars you have to worry about.
Well, no. Once he gets peace amongst the Briars, then Nighthorn can come out.
And then you'll become the enforcers, effectively.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick bio break.
I will also
Have a glance through the downtime sheet, Ahmed. If you could keep the stream company for a few moments. You are muted if you are trying to talk.
Do I have to? All right, here we go. Take a look. Yeah, it's like so. We had a problem. We fixed it by killing people, and then the problem escalated. So we fixed that problem by killing everybody there. You can see the cycle. Oh, we're in so much trouble. Holy crap! It was fun. Oh, we can't help it. Our guys are all violent. All violent. All right, let's see. Downtime. Downtime. Yeah, there's something that we talked about the last time we played. It had to do with Belichek, and it was something that we had to do with him, related to him. What do you guys think? Remember, try to remember. Guess what that was, because that's gonna be one of the closest things the next thing we're gonna be doing, I think. Yeah, we if they come after us, Fox, it's gonna be a painful day. I mean, we have we can't just sit there and wait for the fireworks of the party to come to our doorstep. Let's just put it that way. It'll end us. So we have to do something. What exactly, I'm not sure, but we are trying to plan stuff. Good thing is we got to level, which is important for obvious reasons, and not so obvious reasons, which you guys will find out soon. Hopefully soon. Yeah, this is a great group. Amadeus, I'm very worried about, because evil is just unpredictable, and his abilities are just stupid. He can kill anybody in our group. Maybe not Slake so easily, but even Cog, you would be able to grab. I still think the grab ability, just grabbing someone and he's CMB, CMD, is broken. They have to figure out a way around it, but I don't know. That's me. It's like in Amadeus' case, someone hits, if they miss, you get to grab them. I'm sure there are other feats, or when he bites, he gets to grab them, or he just gets to grab them. There are other feats that would allow, like, someone, an AO on a move or something, and you can just grab them. It wouldn't be far-fetched that you can make it, or like custom make it, or it already exists. But yeah, it's broken. Yes, we do need. Yes, Fox, we do need a voice of reason in our group of insanity. We will try to fix Amadeus. I don't know how, but we will try. The stream was saying how we're going to be screwed if people attack us. Oh, they figured it out. Why don't you guys figure it out?
Okay, looks like Duggan Schmurf is taking a double time doing training because he's training on his own.
Yep.
Cog, looks like after your training, you were going to retrain a feat. What feat are you retraining?
Right. So let's go back to Cog. Cog has got a feat here that really doesn't come into play often. One, because actually no one's ever used it, even though I'm constantly trying to get AOs on me, but it's never come close to it. It's I'm retraining my mobility feat to Piranha Strike. So Piranha Strike allows me to basically, it's power attack for dex attacks, right? And my AC is so damn high that I don't need it anymore.
You don't need your mobility anymore. Okay.
No. I mean, the trade-off is worth it for me because I'm hitting most of the time, so I need more damage, and I rarely get hit. So it's a waste of a feat. It needs to get moved around.
Got it. So we're at the end of autumn, by the way. We're almost at winter. This is our downtime sheet. The green are the stuff that we've already completed, and the white is where everyone's made their plans. So right now we're talking about retraining. So you're retraining your mobility for Piranha Strike. So we'll say that you did that with Delthan. Delthan's a Dex monk as well. So
So he's happy treating that.
Okay,
that's nice. I do that.
You already subtracted the gold for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're crafting potions. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm going to be crafting potions. If people don't have anything specific, and I don't think anybody does, I'm just going to be making a whole bunch of bark skins and cure moderates or cure lights.
And it's good to note that Ahmed did not spend his 7th level feat. So when we realized that, he bought leadership right away.
Yeah.
There
was that.
Taylor is now
she's a cohort.
There are two things that have happened. Her alignment has shifted to neutral, as she's been a little bit more less battle crazed.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the leadership change, she is now a fighter 6, ranger 6, the archetype of archer.
And it's pretty effective.
So while you were training with Delthan, Taylor was training with some of the Fae in the Sylvan Acres, and is now a 6th level character.
Yes, Tella is now useful.
She's got some neat bow tricks, which will show off when she's in combat.
Yeah, she's not as powerful as Capra is in terms of doing like just raw damage.
Yep.
But she can
so
do it from 3 football fields away.
So you're crafting potions for 1 block, and then there's a bunch of trading that needs to happen. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to do some of the selling, and then...
Okay, we haven't got to the trading yet because we're going to do the negotiation calculator that I did before. Amadeus is face punch training. That's fine. That completes. Dassod, I've got this thing called Bank.
Yes.
What are you doing?
So, Dassod levels.
Yep.
Dassod's new feat, because he's 6th. His new feat is Rogue Talent, Convincing Lie, which basically means if Dassod tells someone a lie, or he bluffs, he tells someone something, when that person goes to tell somebody else something, they use my bonus, which I believe is 24 or 25 right now.
Cool. So what does bank mean now? What are you doing?
Oh yes, going back to bank. I'm going to consume and attempt to take the form of Belichek.
Of Zagan.
Zagan, sorry.
No, his last name's Belichek. That's fine. You just call him that.
Yeah, we're going with his last name. He's taking the form of Zagan.
Okay, so the DC of that, I believe, is 10 plus Zagan's level.
Oh, what was his level? I think it was 13, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's 13, and I need to see if Mark put Zagan's character sheet somewhere. Oh, ew. Okay.
Okay, so Zagan's. So my thing to do this is my caster level, which is 6 plus my charisma. My charisma is a +6. Okay, so caster level 6. Is it caster level or character level? It should be character level, shouldn't it?
It is a character level check.
Character level.
Character
Oh, okay,
level
there,
plus
okay.
charisma versus DC 10 plus level
So-
of identity. So you need to roll a DC 13 for Zagan.
Yep. 1d20 plus. No, it's DC 23.
Yeah, DC 23.
So 8 plus 6. Oh yeah!
All right.
Come here, Zagan.
You have absorbed on your first try using some of the remains. You were able to take Zagan Belichek's form. Dassod, you feel that there is something very powerful and a little bit scary about Zagan's blood.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a particular power for Zagan.
Okay.
You know that Zagan was a sorcerer.
Mm-hmm. Same as me.
Destined?
No, I'm going to spend a DM point to change, since we never saw anything from his casting that suggested this, that Zagan's blood, perhaps maybe through the devil bound, like through his infernal binding, is infernal bloodline.
Oh.
And your power is you get to add the infernal bloodline spells to your spells known when you are in Zagan's form.
So the infernal. Hold on, though. The infernal, like sorcerer bloodline.
Yeah, just the spells.
Oh,
the
shit.
spells known.
Yeah.
Yep.
And all the feats. Infernal bloodline. Okay.
Each of the forms have a special power. Like Kev's really tough. He gains like one temporary hit point per character level. There are a few other things. When you absorb the 13th level sorcerer, who's technically legendary, there are some legendary aspects of this.
Legendary aspects.
Nice.
Yeah. Stutter.
Very nice.
It's always good when the stutter actually becomes a sentence in and of itself.
Yep.
Okay.
Storms on that list, just so you know.
Protection from good.
It's a solid list. Like the
you know what? I don't get them yet. Wait, 3.
At 3rd, you get that spell. At 5th, you get Scorching.
Yeah, okay.
7th,
We got them both.
Yep.
Yes. Scorching Ray.
That
Good.
one is a form
that
that will keep on giving, basically.
Yeah. That is pretty awesome. Because a lot of them like, all right, it's okay. That's pimp.
You can sense the infernal bloodline in him.
Okay.
And there may very well be still some connection to hell through the blood that is now part of your form.
Okay. So what does that mean to Dassod?
You have access to infernal spells that you shouldn't. That's what it means.
Sweet.
The devil may be watching you pee.
Very likely.
And we're going to say that because the token has a cigarette, that you have this. You have
urge
his
to smoke.
You have his nicotine habit. Well, in that form.
All right, that's cool.
Coffin nails.
Okay, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. Okay. I actually, I remember what his clothes. We have his clothes.
You have all of his gear and all of his clothes, which you took off of him before he became remnants are in the bloody bag.
So I've already got his charisma item.
You are
Right.
wearing his circlet, yes.
Does he have anything else that before we sell it that I could grab and put on as well?
I think all of his gear was such that you're all wearing it.
Underwear, freedom of movement.
He had the cloak +3 and the natural armor +3. I'd have to
Yeah.
maybe in
basically Dassod is thinking he could just put this on while he does his stint, so people be like, oh yeah, it's got his crap, it's got him, it's looks like him. But then again, the bank might not.
You
really
do have his identification papers.
Yep.
We did say that.
That's right. Yeah, I've got that on my sheet.
Okay. Now that you've taken his form, what are you doing?
Plan is we're gonna walk into the bank and ask to review my finances.
Okay. So
and my private content.
The Imperial Bank is in a different district of the city.
Yep.
How are you getting in through the big wall that separates the poor part of the city, which is the South Wall district, from the rest of the city? You know where the Imperial Bank is. In fact, if you didn't know where the Imperial Bank is, you could just refer to the blood map that Agony had created from his skin, revealing the two places where his valuables were. One was in Undertown, and one was in the Imperial Bank of Foundry.
I want you to go to a police sergeant on the other side of the wall with this blood map skin going, where's this?
I assume Belichek. I know the documents. Can this document get me through? Is Belichek?
It is his personal identification paper, and it does mark him as an arcane caster that has been registered with the state.
Okay, well, screw it. I'll just fly over. Find part of the wall that's not occupied. Fly over. Turn into Belichek when I get to the other side.
Okay.
Now I do want. Hold on. Before I get on this, Dug.
Okay, you do find him.
Yes.
It's good to get some backup, don't you think?
Oh, Frankie, you almost gave me a heart attack. You walking around like that. It's you, right, Dassod?
Yeah, it's me.
Right. Could you be a little less creepy?
All right, fine. How's this? I'm just trying to, get the voice down. Hold on. Yes, it's me, Dassod. So, Doogie, we're gonna go to my bank, and we're gonna make a withdrawal or two. See what other private things Mr. Zagan here
Hey,
has.
that's a great idea. You should take everything that he has and bring it back here. We could sell it.
Fucking right.
Granomere shops are booming. I think word has started to spread and people have started to go there.
Now, I don't want to do this alone. You mind coming along?
I'm not one for banks. I'm still a little bit busy.
You notice that he's got all sorts of bottles and cans and things all over the place, and he's been target practicing them and that sort of thing. He's still in the middle.
Right, he's still practicing.
He's still in training because he doesn't have a trainer right now.
Right. What about those stones? Who's got those stones?
Dee Dee's got one and Cog's got the other, I believe.
No, Cog gave her his.
No, wait.
So
sure.
He's got one.
Yeah, that I wasn't really paying attention. I had a hard day that day.
All right, here. You don't mind if I borrow that, would you? At least let them know if something goes down.
Yeah, if something goes down, you're fucked. It's a bank. It's an Imperial Bank for that matter.
Yep, might have to roll a new character.
Ocean's 1.
It's some guy. Yeah, he gets caught. Yeah, they stick a brick on his leg and throw him into the ocean. Ocean's 1. The end. This movie thing is easy. You don't have to deal with like dynamic plots and players, saying random shit and expectations from the audience that gets to like feedback loop of during the thing. Yeah, not writing anything down. Yeah. Movies are easy.
All right, I'll take the messaging rock
It
here.
was
And,
2 hours, so you could just sort of skip past shit. Right? Just go quickly. Big action scene. It doesn't have to make sense. Just go.
Just do it, buddy. And I'll let Dee Dee know if something comes up. They're not back yet, right? Or are they?
Yeah, Dee Dee she's cutting gemstones in the other room. I wouldn't go in there looking like that. You might give her a heart attack too.
All right, that's a good point. He's gonna switch to Dassod.
I prefer Kev.
Kev. Sorry, I meant Kev. All right, here we go.
I gotta cycle through all your. Nope.
Get out of my head.
Yeah, I don't even know which ones you have anymore.
It's on my sheet. You can see. Sods and entities.
All right, you gotta go talk to Dee Dee. Dee Dee's in the back room. She's working hard. She's got her hair kind of put up in a pin, and she's sweating a little bit, and she's cutting gemstones, which I imagine is.
Yeah. Dee Dee, do you mind if I? Hey, Dee Dee, how's it going?
If you don't want this ruby to be dust, then I suggest you go do something else.
Can I have the message rock?
Yeah, it's right over there.
Thanks.
What are you doing?
Well, Mr. Belichek, the guy who killed the kids.
Immediately, her face just goes angry.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go clear him out at the bank.
Huh?
Yeah. See you around, baby. He grabs the rock.
Oh no. Just don't bring back any gemstones. This works hard. Well, they're nice and pretty. See, these ones are done and these ones aren't.
Did you see this small sparkling box?
My favorite's this one.
She shows you this gem that somehow she cut into a starfish. Like just sort of like a...
Shit.
Yeah.
You need some delicate hand for that.
Duggan's going to think this is going to be worth about $24,000 when I'm done.
Wow.
He's going to be angry.
Could you make a tooth? Okay, it's just Kevin, though. I mean, when I change, he kind of fills back in, so... I'm fucking with you. Don't worry about it.
I can make a tooth. I can make a magic tooth. That'd be easy.
Ooh.
Magic teeth that always stay clean. Could do that. It's magic. It's magic.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Okay, I gotta get this done because the crafting list for
I
really
gotta go
magical
rob a
things
bank. I'll be right back.
is a mile long.
Rob a guy who's got his stuff and a bank. Exactly. Inheritance. I'm going, so... Hey, dude, if I send you a message, please try to find me.
All right, we'll get right on that. Find you
For fuck's sakes.
Find you in prison, probably.
Or on the way or something, like that time. They've never done anything like this together.
Like that time. You're that time I pissed on the sheriff's shoe.
So yeah, I'll get to a wall, fly over the wall, change it to Belichek, and walk around.
Okay, so you fly over the wall. You flying invisibly, or are you just trying to sneak? Or
Yeah. Boop. Invisible.
Okay, take off a spell. You fly over the other side. You turn into Belichek, and then you're just walking to the bank.
I want to go see when people are making withdrawals. Actually, no. Hold on. Have I dealt with the bank before?
You
Like, do
know
they
what
give
you
you
know where
something?
the building is. You've never gone in there because you've never been wealthy enough to make a deposit.
Sure, that's fine. Um, Dassod has money now. Dassod is gonna go and let's see.
Can I offer one
Advice, go
word
for it.
to Ahmed?
Sure.
I'm
Yeah, go
asking
for it.
Marty because he's a storyteller. I just want to say you have 5 days.
Yeah, I'm not rushing into this. Basically, what I want to do is I want to figure out how do people get in there and identify themselves? Like, oh, here's your key that we gave you, or here's this password that you know, or here's this card that you have, or something. Or do they use their blood? That's what I want to find out. Right? So maybe one of them is smoking out in the back that works there, and I can use their cigarette butt and walk in as an employee.
Okay, so you're actually going to the vicinity of the Imperial Bank.
Yep.
So I'm going to grab a few of your tokens. I'm guessing
Fly, fly away.
this bunch, and I have a map called Imperial Bank of Foundry.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude, shit's getting real, son.
Yeah, that's okay. I got another character to back up. Here.
Like
Oh.
Russian fucking UN guys.
Oh.
We're gonna bust your nuts.
You, what are you doing there? You. Damn. Constructs. All right. I've dealt with this before.
Okay, so you're standing outside the bank. It's an overcast day at the end of autumn. The wind is whipping. There's some leaves skittering across the cobbles. All the streets here are cobbled. And there are middle-class merchants to lower high-class folk coming and going, and some of them are walking into the bank. You actually see a few people come out of carriages and stop at the bank. A couple people who are walking, including those of the carriage, have guards. The guards go with them all the way up to the entry hall of the bank, and you actually spot 2 constructs that do wander up to the door occasionally and look outside of the bank.
Okay.
They are kind of between Cog and Slake in size. Red eyes, angry looking, and they've got like symbols of the Imperial Bank on their chests. Other times there are men with rifles.
Okay.
These are not muskets. These are rifles.
Banana clip. Shit.
They are the same types of guns that you saw wielded by the soldiers at the train yards when you were there. These guys are dressed differently. They're dressed in a blue, and they've got weird, almost like throwback medieval sigils on some of their uniforms.
Okay. I want to be detecting magic, by the way. I don't know how close I would need. I'd like 60 feet. Am I across the street? Is that?
No, there's a big courtyard that leads to the front of the bank.
Okay. There are no other entrances to this bank? Even side, rear, employee.
Okay, so you leave the courtyard. Have you started standing in front of the bank and detecting magic, or are you just okay? So you do a big wide thing. There are other entrances to the bank. There is a back door that only the employees seem to use. It's this there's a back door somewhere.
Are there any cigarette butts out there?
Sure.
Cool. Let's collect a couple of cigarette butts.
Okay.
Now, who's the guy that goes in to smoke?
What form are you in when you collect cigarette butts?
Oh, good call. Yeah, hold on.
Ahmed says loaded question detector is real. Belichek's out collecting sticky buds.
Before approaching this crap, I want to do detect magic on the back of the bank.
Okay, so you go around to the employee area and you start detecting magic. 3, a guard is watching you while you're doing this. 1, you get away with it. Okay, so you're detecting magic on the bank.
You just want me to get into trouble, don't you?
No, it's a bank.
Yeah.
In Magic Land.
Imagine walking up to a bank with a laptop open and some sort of scanning device, and you're pointing it at the bank for 10 minutes.
Cool. I'll be back tomorrow.
So you manage to kind of quickly detect magic. You're like, yep, there's magic. Give me a spellcraft.
Okay.
This is D&D. This is like going to the Bank of Canada in downtown Toronto. Because our banks normally don't have money in them now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
20.
The place is the place looks like it's a converted temple to the five-faced god. Like the outside looks church-like, and you get from all the windows and everything. There's a gigantic a vaulted ceiling inside the main chamber, and that seems to be where everyone's doing their business. What was 23? So without seeing the spell cast, you get 2nd level magic. There is a strange magic along the door that you don't understand. That seems to be the strongest. It's abjuration. Give me a second. I might be lying to you. No, it's actually evocation. There's a faint evocation that is along runes along the archway of the door. And then the stonework itself has been somehow magically reinforced as a faint abjuration coming off the stonework.
Yeah, no druids are coming through here.
At that point in time, what form were you in when you were picking up buds and then casting detect magic at the bank?
I'll be Belichek.
Okay, so you're Belichek. All right. You finish your detect magic. You just put your hand down, and you notice the door opening, and you notice a couple of employees are leaving. These employees are weird looking. They look like this.
Okay, the fuck are those?
They're small.
I don't want to be seen by them. Like, am I right in front of the door, like going like, and the door opens? Or...
No, you manage to back away, and
Right.
You're in a small courtyard. You do see that there are multiple ways to get out of the courtyard. And
knowledge nature.
Give me a knowledge nature.
Shit. No, I would, but I don't have it.
They're curious. You don't know if they're goblins or if they're gnomes.
Pretty certain they're called gomes.
Can I turn into either?
I call them noblins.
That's awesome.
I can turn into either, can't I? Into both. I mean.
You've never seen these creatures before, but you watch them for a while. They do have. They also look pretty old. They talk to each other in this weird pidgin of gnomish and goblin.
Okay, goblin, gnomish, cool. Can I pick up on that language? Or is it just a mixture of both?
Yeah, it's a mixture of both. You get enough that they're talking about futures and interest rates, and you're kind of confused about the context in which their conversation is. You heard the word futures and interest rates.
Can I get into the mind of one of them, please? It's a DC 18.
Okay, one of them, you slip into one of their minds, the one on the left.
Okay.
You notice he stops for a minute. He's like, he's thinking it's rather cold and my bones are aching.
Ugh, he's blathering on again about... I told you that... It's like he forgets compound interest. It's the true power of the Imperium. How many times do I have to explain simple concepts to him? Yes, I understand. Yes.
I have an 18 intelligence. Okay, I understand.
No,
things.
you're catching his thoughts as he's listening to his friend, whom you can only kind of like pick up a few words from.
Yeah.
It's too risky.
And you actually hear him say,
It's too risky. Yes, I know there's insurance, but the cost of the insurance will outweigh the cost of the interest. It's just not feasible.
I'm trying to pick up how they speak, the terms they use, their opinions of each other, things like that, to kind of get a sense of
a bunch of crusty, miserly, whiny, frugal, vindictive, but in a like a really petty sort of way. It's like you took the traits of a gnome and a goblin and mixed them up and ended up with a banker. He doesn't like the cold, and he can't wait till until he can get into a warm mud bath.
Okay.
That's enough of this. I need to go. The cold is rather too much for me. Oh yes, do think about the investment opportunity on this one. I have a feeling in my bones. Yes, but when was the last time that feelings made us money? Oh well, there were many investments that. No, we need to. This is not time for your feelings. This is time for frugal investments. There's too much chaos as of late. Oh yes, but when everyone else is fearful, it is time for you to be greedy. I know, but I'm being greedy now by not spending.
So this keeps going. All right, just fuck off.
2 hours of Marty pretending to be a banker. you will stretch his knowledge of investment banking soon.
That's all right. You just go roll an int check.
Yep.
And say you don't understand.
Yep. The goblin guy whose head you're in kind of starts wandering off. He gets to it. He gets to a street. He puts up his hand, and you notice this black carriage ride up, and he gets into the carriage. The carriage drives away.
Okay. Yeah, Dassod needs backup on this shit. Can't do this on his own.
Right, the other one is eating his lunch out in, like, he's got this little box that he opens, and he's eating a sandwich.
Okay. If he throws anything on the ground and leaves, that might be something I'll pick up.
Sure. He's a Noblin banker. He tosses his sandwich wrapping on the ground.
Oh no, I mean anything like with saliva, like Kleenex or.
Hi, you get lucky. Look at that. He doesn't like his crusts and tosses that to the birds as well. You can see a couple pigeons, like starting exactly.
They're
starting to. There's a couple of pigeons that are starting to peck at the sandwich. He hasn't got up yet. He's still futzing with his little box. And,
are you gonna eat that?
Oh my!
You wandered up to him with Kev voice. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, Kev.
Help!
I'll just eat the sandwich.
Help!
He waves his hand and.
I'm sorry, man.
Let's see. One, it's the constructs. No, a couple of guards with guns step outside. You're there.
Just eating a sandwich.
Get this vagrant out of here!
I'm sorry. I'm right.
Give me a bluff check to see if you're not dangerous.
Oh, hold this guy out. Sandwich some crumbs. Come on, man.
The DC is 18. You fail, they're going to shoot you.
29.
Okay, they both watch you leave. You could hear the little Noblin just bitching about vagrants.
Make you a vagrant as soon as I'm done with cleaning this place out.
He quickly goes back inside. The 2 guards stay out there. They start smoking, and you realize that it's them who are doing the smoking.
Ah. Ooh. So, sample of bank guards and sample of Noblin.
Sure.
Okay.
Human man. Human.
Human. All right, they eventually go back inside. Your daylight is dwindling at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly back. So,
Okay.
visibility again.
Day 2, what are you doing?
No, I'm gonna fly back and talk to my friends. Hey guys. Hey guys.
All right, what's everyone else doing this time? Because no one else had bank, right? Capra's not there. Dee Dee has started magic crafting, and it's like she's got so much to do. And she's like,
I don't know, Dassod. I don't know if I'm going to get it all done before the Imperial Harvest Festival.
Oh, fuck off. Good luck with that.
Imperial Harvest Festival. They have the Dance of the Dead.
All right.
Well, the Imperials don't. The Imperial Harvest Festival is kind of on top of the Dance of the Dead, which was the festival beforehand.
Okay, he's going up to Duggan.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, and yeah, we're sure. Yeah, festival.
The
Dead.
doppelgangers leave skeletons behind because there's a chance that your ancestors will be in the Dance of the Dead.
They're probably buried somewhere.
Ah, well,
Like in a ditch.
if they're in a public ossuary, they might be part of those that are chosen.
He's got a vein popping inside of his head.
Okay, back to this.
Hey, dude.
Capra's not there, because Capra's rune trading right now, trying to, and I'll just tick that off.
I don't think any of these assholes are
So
available.
I successfully rune trade?
Yeah.
Capra's got a +3 bow and screw you.
Cog is busy mixing elixirs and tinctures and potions and alchemical things. Yeah, Duggan's really the only one that is there, although you can hear... No, Slake is there. He's working away at something in his forge, and Sunny is also doing some surprising crafting. He is etching things onto paper. He's got a bunch of pages with arcane writing on them, and it looks like he's slowly etching them into jewelry, and he's hanging out with Dee Dee while doing that.
Oh, those are scrolls I fucking asked you to do.
Duggan, you find Duggan?
What do you want there?
Yeah, it's just Duggan.
Hey, man. Well, I've got...
You actually
not easy.
you actually find Duggan sort of floating a little bit, and he was meditating.
Oh, that's cool. Duggan!
I was just concentrating. I'm not deaf. What do you want?
I gotta buy some ideas off you, man. This is not gonna be as easy as I thought. You know, robbing the Imperial Bank. Yeah.
Well, you're not trying to rob the bank, are you? You're just, well... do you see an opportunity to rob the bank, you know?
I'll look into that once I get inside, but there's a lot of fucking magic in that place.
Are you just trying to go in to... what do you call it? Make a withdrawal?
Yeah.
Just go in and make the withdrawal. What's so hard with that?
What if they ask for, I don't know, like the key? Oh, what key?
Then you lost it. I'm sure you can think on your feet. You're a fucking doppelganger.
I don't know, man. Fucking lot of guns in there.
Then
Don't get dead.
don't do anything that would make you want to shoot you.
Too late.
Oh, don't tell me.
I think it was somebody else. Kev. Kev is not going to make an appearance at the bank anytime soon. Let's put it that way.
Right?
All right. All right, let's try it then. Tomorrow's a day. If I don't come back, yeah, bad times.
Then you don't come back.
Well, thanks a fucking lot.
Well,
Duty.
we'll try to find out what happened to you. Don't know, eh? But you might, we might have to wait until they stick you in a mine somewhere.
Look at the dumpster around the corner of the bank. It's likely what they'll do to me, bastards.
Right.
Farewell, my friend.
Don't die, Kev. Just do it at your own pace, but be confident. Just not so confident.
Right on. All right, round 2.
All right.
Do.
So, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
To put a +1 rune onto a +1 property rune onto a weapon that already has a +1 property rune, it's like a +2 property rune, right? Or do they keep getting more expensive, the property runes, or no?
Nope.
Okay, I'm also buying the acidic rune.
Okay.
I'm just buying an extra rune out of the stack.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to murder everything.
Okay, so Kev, you're going back to the vicinity of the bank. You're casting invisibility, flying over the wall, turning into.
So when I'm going in as Belichek, I'm not using any illusions. I'm doing an actual disguise. I'm using my ability. I'm not using the ring.
Fine.
I'm not using any. Yeah. I assume they have stuff that would cancel it out.
Okay. So when you fly over the wall, you turn into.
Let's do Mr. Belichek.
Okay. Then you walk through the town, visible.
Walk through the town. Get
to the courtyard where the bank is.
Yep. Let's walk up the bank.
Okay. Today there are 2 human guards near the front, and you notice the constructs are just standing in the middle. You walk into the bank. There are 2 guards standing there. They're not stopping you in any way. You see someone just pass between them, and then another person kind of, when you pause for a moment, passed in front of you.
Yep. Yep. Go in.
Okay, so you're just walking in.
Yep.
Give me a bluff check.
Yep.
And I need to know your disguise check.
My disguise check. So bluff. 37.
Okay. And your disguise.
$59.
Wow. All right. You do notice when you pass through the public entryway, there are also blue runes along the side of the archway, and as you pass through, there's sort of a slight flash. You could give me a spellcraft check.
Sure.
They have flashed for everyone that's passed through, and there's no visible effect upon your form.
Yep. Oh, paparazzi.
As
Natural one.
As Dee Dee would say, it's magic. So you pass through the magic archway. You pause just for a moment, but by the time the guard looks at you, you just like straightened up your clothes and just sort of walked on. And you walk through. You can see these 2 constructs, just their eerie gaze, kind of passing over you. And you notice that a bunch of people are standing around this beautiful table, and they're filling out little slips. And then once they've filled out slips, they look like they're queuing to wait for one of the noblins to take them, to take their order.
So I want to see how they're filling them out.
All right, you walk up to one of the fancy tables, and you see that there are 2 types of slips Actually, there's 3 types of slips. One is green, one is red, and one is yellow.
Okay, look for somebody in line that doesn't have anything, maybe an empty bag, or one that's not carrying anything, and looks like they're going to go fill up instead of drop off. What color are their slips?
Well, the slips have writing on them.
Oh, I can just read the writing? All right, that's cool. Deposit, withdrawal, please.
Okay, the green are...
I'm looking for the withdrawal one.
The green are deposit, the red are withdrawal, and the yellow are appointment request.
I'll take a yellow and I'll take a red.
Okay.
I would like to meet the mortgage manager. I would like to take a loan out against my wealth in the bank for 10 times the amount of value of the wealth in the bank. Break my 2 payroll in 30 days.
Talon's dropping off as I run away. Why is Mr. Belichek doing that? I don't know.
Is he laughing?
Cav does it again. Why is he calling himself Cav?
There's a place. There's a place for you to fill in your request and reason. On the green slip, it asks for your name. It asks for your account number.
There it is.
And there's a box that says identification method. And you see an S, an S, S1, S2, AM, and T.
Linguistics? Linguistics? WTF, mate?
Banking truly arcane.
These are codes. You can give me a linguistics to see if you've talked about these codes before. Given that the first time you've ever been in the bank, I'm going to say it's a DC 25 linguistics checks to understand what these checkbox means and what the box means at the end.
Ah, you motherfucker! 22.
Okay, with the 22, this is the method by which you are going to identify yourself. And the box is where whatever method you chose goes into the box. And it's roughly an inch by an inch square.
So is this something that you decide first time you're here and say, like, this is a, or do you say, like, this day I'm going to identify myself with?
The 4 checkboxes with S1, S2, AM, and T are both on the deposit and the withdrawal slips.
Okay.
They're also on the yellow slips. The deposit slips ask for an account number, and so do the withdrawal slips. And
on his papers, he has no account number.
On his Imperial identification papers,
Imperial identification.
He does not have any numbers that are relevant to a bank.
So when people are, I want to just observe what people are doing.
Okay, some people are just quickly filling out the forms. You can see a couple people are like painstakingly putting in everything. Give me a perception check.
Do. Yeah, sure. Perception check. So Marty, what I'm looking for is when people are filling out the red one, are they pulling? What are they pulling out, and what are they checking off?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like a kid in an exam, looking over.
Okay, you see one person. He must really like forms because he's filling out every tiny detail and writing in really blockish letters. You notice that another person just simply grabbed the slip and scrawled their name on it, and are just walking up to the front.
Belichek has signed his document in the Imperial document, right? He's got his name.
It has its name, and for identifying mark, it has his family seal on it, as well as his arcane mark.
And there's an AM on the sheet.
There's also a thumbprint in the arcane portion of it, or sorry, in the citizen portion of it. You're pretty sure the thumbprint's in blood.
And I've got enough samples of him that I could fake that. My blood's not the same.
100-pound bag of hamburger.
Like I have a lot of samples of Belichek, but my blood is different than Belichek's, right?
Yeah. What are you doing now? So you're taking your time, but you're not the slowest. Surprisingly, there are some people that are like filling out the bank slip in totality.
This is when they ask, "What did you do today?" I went to the bank is the answer. Like this is their plan for the whole day. This is their entertainment for the day.
Yeah, you see people gawking up at the beautiful architecture and
shit's awesome.
The guards must be shifting because the constructs kind of like march beside you. You kind of winced a little bit on the inside as they march by, and these two guards are just patrolling around. They don't seem to like find anything suspicious about you standing where people fill things out.
Yep. So what were the markings again? One of them is
S1, S2, AMT, and then there's your name, account number, and then there's like a space probably to put in the amount.
okay. I'll fill in the red. I'll just put my name on it and walk up.
Okay, so you grab a withdrawal slip and you just put your name, Zagan Belichek, across the top of it, and you don't fill in account number or anything else, and you're now waiting in line.
Just want to take a step back here. We are role-playing a guy going to the bank.
No, you're a role-playing guy
Okay,
faking some
I need you to make another perception check because there is a piece of information that you may have missed before. There are a couple of guards behind a glass pane up top, and they're standing beside something big. It does have like a small tarp over it, but from your vantage point, you might actually see what's underneath the tarp.
21.
There is some sort of very large gun-like device that is on a wheel in a fixed position that could easily be pointed down into the bank.
Okay.
We got a Vickers. Awesome.
You're like, that's a siege weapon style gun. You've never seen something like that before, and you're now excited because you could use any weapon. You'd need to see what's underneath that tarp, but you do see it's weird. Like it's got multiple holes at the end of it.
You will be mine. Oh yes, you will be mine.
I think that's a Vickers.
Oh yes. Break through that wall, break through that window, and pull it out.
I think it's an early Maxim machine gun, maybe. Maxim?
The Vickers is like a water-cooled one. That big tube around it is actually to keep the barrels from overheating because they didn't know how to do it properly.
I didn't have a token for the early Maxim ones that are kind of cranked. It's a cranked version. I just didn't have a token.
It's a cranked version?
Yeah.
You have to yell and scream laughter while you're doing it too.
All right. With your 21, the Noblins really look similar. You're not sure which side the Noblin that you whose mind you read the previous day. Which side of the bank are you going in? Left or right?
Try to read the one of the guy on the right. Pick.
Is this a spell-like ability or a supernatural ability?
Oh, hold on. Oh, like is it a casting? I think this is a casting.
Okay.
I can't do that in the bank though. Let me just quickly check here. At will spell-like ability.
Okay, so
No,
there is some ooga
magic
booga
or whatever.
around it. You have to do
I'm
some.
not going to do it.
Okay.
Not going to do it. No. Not in the bank.
It is well lit. There isn't a shadowy place where the customers are.
Okay. Yeah, walk up to... You pick, it doesn't matter left or right.
You also see some signs on the way